contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight
Podcast.
We're gonna make
The World Heavyweight Podcast.
great again!
Entering the ring at this time, your tag team champions of the podcast world, Howard Farewell. But we're just waiting for the wheels to fall off. Yes, 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 yes. Get rid of your six-sided ring array. Josh Rivera.
God does not want this podcast to happen.
You happy I brought my shovel to bury this segment?
What station is it again? Who gives a fuck?
Yabba dabba, shut the fuck up.
The World Heavyweight Podcast.
I don't care how big, how tough, or what they've accomplished. They're nerds.
Plus, if you have ovaries, prepare to lose them.
Good news, everyone.
Yeah, that's right, Professor. Guess who's back? Welcome to the World Heavyweight Podcast. I'm Howie Farrell. That's Josh Rivera. Follow us at the WHPC on Twitter, Facebook, /World Heavyweight Podcast. You know, just Google at the WHPC and you can find everything. The Instagram was pretty awesome this week. You know why?
Why is that?
Because we were in Denver for a week.
Yes, we were.
It was pretty fucking awesome.
If you haven't been, you should head out there. It's a playground for adults.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, that it is.
Which is Friday, but that was a nice little birthday gift for
Happy
myself.
birthday. I'm going to forget. Someone else will tell you now.
I think you said that the last time I said that, too.
Shh. Kayfabe, bro.
So, I had a wonderful time. How about yourself, sir?
It was great. I was worried about a couple things, and yeah, it all panned out.
Panned out really well.
Hotel was awesome. The rental car was awesome. The flight was the only little issue we had. Oh man.
Travel's the worst.
Did you know?
Look, I like being in the place.
Yeah.
But getting to said place in general is always the fucking problem.
Could be a massive pain in the ass.
I'll tell you what.
I learned a new term this weekend.
What's that?
Stretch seating. That does not mean
no.
That does not mean recliner.
No.
It does not.
Those are pre-reclined for you, Joshua.
Oh, pre-terrible.
Already?
Pre-terrible is what it is. Yeah. The people, I have to say, of Very
Colorado. Nice. Well, I don't know if it's just Denver or Colorado in general. Awesome.
I'm going to say as a whole, they're very nice people.
Yeah, I'm like, that was the best. Like
the last 2 days, I'm starting to elbow you. I'm like, say you're a veteran.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck
get the
over
discount.
Here. Like I could I'll tell that somebody in the store, and they're like, "And."
Yeah, here is run by scumbags.
I think it's just too many people in New York sometimes, because I ran into somebody over the weekend, and it's just like I think they're astonished at how many people are in the island of Manhattan at any given time.
Millions.
Yeah.
Millions.
Like, what's the average a day in Manhattan's like 3 at least, right?
I couldn't tell you, but
it's over 1 for sure.
I think we were reading some books one night, and you came up with how much money does the GWB collect every year?
Oh,
the George Washington Bridge.
The
major bridge
money, yeah.
connecting New Jersey to the island of Manhattan, if you're not familiar with
billion.
It makes about 600 million, I think it was a million, a year.
A lot. It's probably...
And that's just tolls
that's
going...
a couple of years ago.
That's just tolls. That's 2016, I think. That's just tolls going from Jersey to Manhattan. There's no toll on the going back.
Yeah, man.
That's just one way.
Yep. Yep, there's a lot of people. And I think that contributes to it, too, because, I mean, I'm not going to be nice to everybody if there's that many people around, because there's just too much of a... There's a larger percentage of crazy, I think, is what happens, too.
Yeah, absolutely. The number of crazy is big because the percentage remains consistent as you increase the population.
But the people of Denver very
they're great.
Just friendly. Like you go into a store and you're being helped, and you're like, wait, I kind of actually want to be helped because you actually give a shit about the things you do. Dispensaries are amazing. Holy fucking shit!
You gotta,
like if you want,
you gotta check those things out when you're out there.
Good lord, sir.
We went to like one or two that were like an iPhone, like an Apple store.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Frosted Leaf, was it?
Yeah, Frosted Leaf.
We went to this place called Frosted Leaf somewhere on the, like, there's another thing about Denver is like they have a very small city proper and everything is suburbs.
Within like 20 minutes, we stayed in like Centennial, which was south of Aurora, at like 20 minutes outside of downtown Denver.
Right.
And you know what? That was probably for the things we did, you know, going to the ballpark a couple times, just hanging out in the area. 20 minutes away was actually kind of perfect.
Yeah, it's about where I drive for most things I want to do around this area anyway.
Yeah.
So now you get it with a fairly major, cool metropolitan area. Sounds great to me. The only thing that killed me was the elevation.
Yeah.
The only thing
the
that sort of
elevation
killed me
sickness is real.
Yeah, man.
Like
it's rough.
You experienced what I experienced the first time was so we're at the barcade, right? And they got, this was Friday, so they still had specials. $3, $2.75 if you want to be exact, margaritas.
Yeah, and they were big too when we got them.
2 in, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting fucking hammered here.
Yeah, we were at this great barcade that they have over there, the One Up. I had maybe 2 beers in me, and I'm like, I'm in the bag.
They were free-handing my margaritas, which were like in a tumbler, you know, like a Scotch tumbler.
Right.
Free-handing those things. God damn, I was messed up.
Yeah, man. It's like,
but the pinball machine collection they had was
excellent,
pretty great.
Because even all the pinball things that they had, this place is also literally right next to Coors Field.
Literally.
So, my mom even sent me a message. You went 500 miles and went to an arcade? I'm like, yeah, of course I did. Did you not, first off, do you not know your own son? Like, of course I did. It's not like they're hanging off of trees and I can just go to one at any point in time around here anymore. They're a fucking endangered species. It's like I went to a zoo.
Let me just say, I didn't know your mom. I didn't know your mom played the mom in All in the Family. You went 500 miles to go to an arcade?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Of course I did.
It was fun.
I was trying to find the audio. I'll edit it in later. I was trying to play the, where is it? It's not even on here, is it? There it is. Because I'm that. And I had a great time. But the thing that I noticed about their machines is, like, if you've played pinball before, generally, like, the little LED, LCD screens that they have back there are just like that orange and black.
Yeah, a lot of pinball machines you play are somewhat dated.
Yeah, well, no, but not even then, even the newer ones, they're monochrome.
As far as the displays go, yeah.
Right, they're monochrome, which is cool, but because they can do a lot with that. Where like I remember the AC/DC one I played one time, you can have these full rendered video with just these LED lights, but they're for the 99.9% of the time are either black and white, red and black, whatever. These ones were full color, and I was not used to that at all.
LED screens, not very big, but LED graphics are awesome.
And then you had some of them, like there's the Lord of the Rings one, there's a Wizard of Oz one that I'm not really too keen on, but they have actual, like, 17-inch full HD displays, so when you like lock a ball, like Sauron's like chasing
the Star Wars one was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars one was very cool. It was tough to play.
It was a little tough to play because you had the bigger screen with some of the instructions on some of the paths that you select in the very beginning. You select the skill, and then obviously you hit that one particular thing for bonus points.
And it's like a game type and stuff.
Exactly. They would have one screen, and they had a smaller screen with. Actually, they had the bigger screen for like some of the modes.
And they had like a mini screen for like what other targets to hit.
And then they had the mini screen with that, like, and sometimes just the rules. Like if you select TIE Fighter in the beginning, there's a TIE Fighter in the middle of the board that you have to just hit, and you'll get. And what it does is it activates on the bigger screen. You see a bunch of TIE Fighters, and you got to hit the action button in the center of the game. Just rapid pace to destroy.
They've gotten the video game pinball hybrid that I've seen done a couple of times before, done really
pretty
well.
cool.
The first time I ever saw that was like there was a Pac-Man game, and I forget what the fuck it was. Yeah, in I don't know. It must have been 90 something that they had this. It was a Pac-Man pinball game, but you could activate a number of loops or something that would trigger a Pac-Man classic style mini game, and you would get like one life to run as far as you could in the Pac-Man mini game, and those points would like translate to your total score or something. I'm
sure they did.
And I forgot what it was. I want to say it was like Baby Pac-Man or something like that, but it was a pinball game mounted into a regular Pac-Man game. But they have a couple of them that have been like that, and they're pretty neat. Like I said, the Lord of the Rings one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or the Hobbit, I think this one was.
That one was the Hobbit one.
The Iron Maiden one. I'm not.
That's pretty cool too.
You're an Iron Maiden fan. I'm not so much. I just missed the boat. I mean, I'm sure Maiden's pretty cool. No, whatever.
They're all right. Like I'm not like super like as far as bands go. I don't consider myself a super Iron Maiden fan. I like to dabble in Iron Maiden. I'll tell you what. I can probably
dabble a little in the Maiden.
I could tell you what. I could probably go. Put it this way. I could probably go the rest of my life without hearing another Nile song. And it doesn't mean I don't like Nile, the death metal band. It just means that I've heard enough of them where I could go the rest of my life without hearing another song.
Like if I could go another 20 years
that's
without
like the
listening.
Extreme of
I love Nirvana, but I could go 20 years without ever having to hear anything off of Nevermind again. Like if
it's just Nevermind, sure.
Yeah. Like if anything on that record shows up and it goes 20 years go by, I probably won't notice.
Yeah. If you said In Utero, I'd be like, ouch.
In Utero's right. I liked Nevermind more. But I mean, that's the only thing that ever gets played anymore is anything off of that freaking album. So but
it's like 4 tracks constantly.
But the pinball game was great.
It was.
I actually think I got one of like the high scores of the day on one of those songs or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, there was one point where I think I got like double multi-ball on one ball at one point.
Yeah.
And for anybody that is tuning in, like they're like, why are they talking about pinball?
Hey man, this is part of the experience.
We already told you where. Nerds.
I told you to go fuck yourself when you were playing the was
the Indiana Jones one?
The Indiana Jones one, yeah. And then you hit the multi-ball on the arc, so the arc on the board literally opens up and it dumps like 8 balls in front of you. It's like, oh, son of a bitch.
But they all fall down at the same time. You're
yes,
like, oh!
Yes, it's absolute mayhem. Just, you're just slamming the paddles as hard as you can to keep them afloat like you're juggling. Like, it's literally amateur juggling at that point.
Yeah, it's an 8-ball multi-ball, which is fucking impossible to keep track of in general.
You're like, look, it's got a 8 multi-ball. I'm like, no, it says 8 ball. That doesn't mean 8 multi-ball. Holy shit, that's a lot of balls.
The only reason I absolutely knew that was certain was because I hit it before you came by.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. I hit it once before. Because it's relatively, like, the target isn't that difficult to hit on that one. You just have to hit it a bunch of fucking times.
You just gotta hit that angle, and it can be a little tricky.
Hit it. You have to hit a lot of times.
Yeah.
But once you do, there's just balls everywhere.
It just dumps balls all over the board. You're like, oh my god.
My favorite one ever, though, is the Attack from Mars one.
Yeah, you were loving the shit out of that one.
Remember how you saw me time travel one time before with pinball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Was that on the Attack on Mars?
I did that again. Like, yeah, man. I played... I was a young boy playing that game on the Jersey, somewhere in the Jersey Shore boardwalks a lot. And that brought back all sorts of memories. And this time it was in color. So
yeah,
I'm like, oh, shit.
That was one of those updated ones.
Yeah, that was.
I
think they actually remade, like they did. I read up or something like that because I saw this place had it. I'm like, because that's how much of a nerd I am about it. Because I'd like, wait, they have this, and it turns out they actually like remade them or something like that, and like re-put out another series of them with the updated color, but all the original voices and stuff like that. So yeah, I was super fucking time traveling, dude.
Yeah.
Plus the concentrates in Denver helped a lot.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
Holy shit, dude! My God. Okay, if you want to party, Denver's the place. Like somewhere in Colorado,
absolutely.
And you want to get high,
party.
Holy shit,
Denver.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
it's legal there. You do whatever you want. It's awesome. Just the only rule that I didn't like was that you can't. There's like no public areas.
You got to treat it like alcohol. There's no public consumption. So you got to do it indoors in a place that allows it. There's a bunch of places out there. There's little smoking clubs. I really like this one place called I think it was called the Coffee Joint. It was like a little coffee place, but it was also social. So if you could buy like pipes there, and then you could just dab all day inside. They didn't allow smoking inside, but you know what? You
don't need to.
Cleaner air to breathe is nice, especially when you did a giant dab and then you're gasping for air. So it definitely helps.
Well, that place was also connected to
A dispensary
a
of
very
its own.
good dispensary. Excuse me. There was a gentleman that came in. We did all the things in Denver. We're not about to hide it. Like, look,
we did in Denver? We maxed out.
oh yeah, we maxed out a lot.
We woke up Friday and what we do?
Max out.
We woke up Saturday, what we do?
Max out.
Woke up Sunday, what we do?
Max out.
Woke up Monday, what do we do?
Max out.
Woke up Tuesday, what we do? We had a couple.
We had to fly.
We had to fly, bro.
Tuesday.
It was a little wake and bake and that with whatever we had left over, and then we flew.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. We had a mission. We're like, fuck, we may have bought too much. We have to get rid of it before we go home. Oh boy, did we.
Oh, yep.
Good Lord. I'm surprised I was even able to move to get to the airport at one point. I'm like, oh.
I knew when I set my alarm, I knew there might come a point where I have to just throw on all the lights, open the curtains. Hey, look, it snowed again while we were there.
I opened the window. I looked up. I rubbed the sleep out of my eyes, and I opened them. I'm like, God damn it!
I thought we left home to get away from the snow.
Well, no, that would have been fine if I chose like California or something, and it did that. It'd be like,
Hey,
how the fuck is it snowing here?
Historically, Colorado in April it's 60s, which we had 2 days of.
Yeah, we did. It was
some nice weather.
The weather out there is different too.
Yeah.
Like it's besides the fact that it's bipolar. It seems. When it's warm, it's very warm. Like the air is thin. I guess it's the thinner air or it's drier, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But when
we're
it's
closer to the
60-something,
sun, technically.
I guess so. I guess that must be it. But the when it's like 60 something, you're in the sun. It's amazing
Yeah.
because it's hot.
You hop in the shade and it's nice and cool.
And it's just like But when it's cold, it's fucking cold.
it's-
Actually, some of the cold was bearable, though, too.
Yeah, it's arid desert-like climate. It's weird. You got to drink a lot of water. Everyone's
that,
like,
too.
drink water. And the last tip is drink water because you get dried out really fast, and
Yeah.
it comes to
Well,
headaches.
it's the elevation thing,
and
too.
the elevation hits you more.
Like, elevation sickness, or whatever you want to call it, is... It feels like your motion, like if you're reading in the car and you get motion sick, it's like that a little bit, but all the time.
It's just constantly
It's just a
lingering
little
for
bit,
you.
like you kind of got you feel like the headache is sort of coming on, like it's kind of like behind your eyes a little bit, or like in your sinuses sort of, and then you feel like you're going to be nauseous, but you're never nauseous. And you're just like, son of a bitch.
I had that with a
All
fucking
the
headache
time.
on top of it.
All the time, man.
I mean, we could have went to the store and maybe got something for it, but we were too busy getting retarded. We were just too busy.
Yeah, we were pretty fucked up.
Having a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. Wonderful time. There's that one. We were drunk at the bar, and then we just saw this like crazy Jenga game happening.
Oh, yes, out back.
That went for like a half an hour. Like
I don't mean Jenga. I mean the pieces were the size of bricks, wood the size of bricks, and they were playing that kind of Jenga, and we had just a ridiculous time watching guys just masterfully.
It went on for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, way longer than you would have expected.
Like it was like people came and went and like, wait, you guys are still playing? Yeah, it's the same one.
It's easily 4 or 5 songs in the jukebox.
Easily. What else did we end up doing out there? Red Rocks.
Yeah,
Was
went to
pretty
Red Rocks.
fantastic.
You were raving about that the entire time, so like, all right, let's check it out.
Well, I wanted to do something actually involving the things that I'm never able to see, which is the Rocky Mountains that you can see from space.
How quick
okay?
was it? How quick was it driving out of town? How fast did that happen?
Oh yeah, like you're like, oh, it's flattened. Oh shit, they're here. Like you're right on top of them. You're like, what the fuck?
As you're heading out west, you could and you go over like a big hill because that's what they have. They got some big hills and then they have mountains.
Yeah.
it's flat. a few big hills, big ass mountains, and when you go over one of those big hills, you could see the road that you're going on goes on for hours into said mountains.
Yeah.
And when you head out there, oh look, a Walmart, and it was
like base camp.
yeah, right. Like we're driving out there, I'm looking around. You're driving, so I'm looking around. I'm just like I see these new houses, new complexes coming up, and oh look, a Walmart. There's a Home Depot, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, just mountain.
You could see for miles. Nothing. No trees. Nothing tall. No vegetation taller than your knee.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, though.
The signs at Red Rocks about oxygen were pretty funny, because I think people just forget sometimes. That was the one thing, like, this time I was... surprised nobody mentioned, but people usually mention it sometimes, is no one talked about the elevation. Like when they heard we were going, I only just remembered like 2 days before. I'm like, oh shit, there's gonna be a problem with that at some point. That was like just when I thought I was getting back to normal as far as elevation and shit went.
You go to Red Rocks.
I went to Red Rocks and I'm like, we are legitimately in a different atmosphere right now.
I forgot my equipment.
Yeah. But for the scenic view, there's people that live on the side of that thing.
Yeah.
They
live right
have
by it.
small little, I guess what you would call farmland area,
yeah,
like
they
a
have farms.
ranch.
They have property out there.
Yeah, but they're mountain dwellers. They're dwarves, sir. They're living on the side of the
Hey, we didn't see them.
No, we didn't, but they're mountain dwellers.
But they are mountain dwellers.
They're dwarves.
Potential dwarves.
Potentially.
Potential dwarves.
Fuck.
But yeah, we went out there because they have a natural amphitheater.
Yeah, if you don't know what Red Rocks is, do yourself a favor. It's a concert venue, and it's a unique venue because it's a natural formation.
Yeah, it's unique to the point where people go out there when no bands are playing. They're just there to check it out.
It's a state park because it's this natural amphitheater that kind of got built into the formation. So that just kind of exists there, and they bolted some benches into it, and now you can see concerts all year round. It's an incredibly famous venue. Check it out. And there's even just like trails and everything around all of that because, again, state park, people want to check out the mountains and do all that cool shit. You can do all of that. And then just do yourself a favor. Check out some mountains in Colorado.
You see people training, running up and down the steps.
They're actually exercising.
Like they're traiing for a fucking UFC fight. Are you kidding me?
High elevation training, man.
Bro, go home.
High elevation training. So.
You won, all right? Look, hell, come back to the East Coast, come back to sea level, and you'll be able to run whatever marathon you want.
Yeah, it's trying to turn himself into the Flash. But so we missed a lot while we were gone.
No, we didn't. I wouldn't say we missed it.
I mean, we.
I wouldn't say we missed it.
Well, we missed a week again, and we got to apologize for if you're hanging in there still.
Hey,
apologize for missing out a couple recently.
You made the mistake of telling all the shows that you produced that you're leaving. So naturally, they hit you with a ton of stuff before you left.
Well, no, I wanted the ton of stuff before I left. I wanted everything to get done before I left.
That didn't happen, did it?
Didn't happen
that way, did it?
Didn't exactly go down like that.
You got some of it, so yeah, we were busy and we had to miss an episode. But
yeah,
you know what?
I had to work.
You know what? That made this one. We were able to concentrate the wrestling into this one. What happened last week? I don't remember. I don't remember what happened
this
last
week
week.
was great though.
This
I had a
was
fun
pretty
time.
awesome.
The greatest. We're having not the best, but the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yes.
As a gift, you know what?
It's a gift.
I'm taking it as WWE is saying happy birthday to me, and they're giving me a gift in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
like they're going to wake up and it's like, you know what, Howard, here you go. It's not the best Royal Rumble. We are giving you for your birthday the greatest Royal Rumble I think maybe in the history of ever, Joshua, they wouldn't call it that unless it was.
It's got a trophy.
Exactly.
It's got its own trophy.
Exactly. It's got its own trophy. It has to be important, Josh.
Yes.
That's another thing I've noticed that they're getting good at doing, where the Japanese thing of trophies. Did they actually have a women's trophy, like a legit one
For
WrestleMania? I forgot.
Yeah, for the Rumble.
There was one. Yeah, they haven't brought it out since, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't seen it since.
Okay. Same thing with the Andre one. I haven't seen that since.
Exactly.
Okay. But I like the fact that they're being used. We're getting like these tournament things that are.
Well, they don't want to fill your mind with trophies because it's like, look, one trophy at a time kind of deal. And what's the next trophy? Maybe another Cruiserweight tournament. Maybe a Mae Young Classic tournament. Dusty Classic already happened.
I like these tournament themes that should, like these
a
trophies.
new UK tournament could happen.
I like the fact that they have to make this show a big deal. They have to because it's 70,000 people.
It is.
It's a mini WrestleMania. And it's abroad. You kind of have to make it a big deal. It's a glorified house show, but it's a big deal house show.
They booked a great Khali, bro. It's going to be massive.
But I mean, anytime you do 70,000, anytime you do more than 20,000 people for a wrestling event, is a pretty big fucking deal.
And it should be televised live.
Absolutely. It's a ginormous deal. There's a thing going around where people can't get over that the women's thing.
There's
no women on the show.
Women matches on that show
because it's in Saudi Arabia,
not Dubai. Saudi Arabia. Yeah. That's a different country. Look, give it time.
Exactly. That's
give it time.
Like everybody that like is very upset about that. Just let's calm down a little bit, pump the brakes, and realize that you're not gonna get everything at once. Especially when we're dealing with very, very fanatical and deeply religiously built governments over centuries. You're not going to change
Millennia.
that. Whatever.
Ain't going to change.
Whatever.
Overnight.
Sharia law is kind of their deal, and the way they treat women in that culture is very different from most of the Western world. And you are not going to change that overnight.
No.
And
that's going to take some time.
The only way this show was happening is if the women weren't on it. This is a compromise. The fact that they're even doing a show there.
Yep.
The fact that the show even exists at all in Saudi Arabia is a compromise.
Yeah.
They are just getting used to the fact that that's happening there.
Don't forget, this building was built just for soccer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're lucky they got that. You know what I mean? So let's dial back the outrage a bit. It's baby steps. First, you have to be able to play there. Then we'll work on getting the ladies to play there too. You gotta get in the door before you can bring the rest of your friends in.
Right.
It's not like America where if you have ladies, you'll get in.
Well, it's not like America where you invite somebody and they'll bring 50 other people that you weren't expecting. Like, what the shit is this?
Right. It's just one of those things. Like I appreciate you going out there and being upset for the women, but reality is, it's just you can't have
reality
everything
is they're not booked for that. Okay, that's all right.
And they someday. Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's just
things can
happen.
They just had the first women's match in Dubai.
Yeah.
That just happened a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Like the first ever of any kind
happened.
The fact that women were even allowed to exist in the building almost.
No, they were allowed to exist.
But you know what I mean?
But
it's like that.
They couldn't have a competitive match until 2017.
Right.
Yeah. So give it time.
Yeah, relax. We're good here. It's going to be a good show.
I don't know about that.
It'll be a good show, right?
It will probably be a long show.
Yeah,
because
it's going
they
to
have
be a mini WrestleMania.
every title on the line, plus a 50-man Royal Rumble, which is insane.
That's going to be long on its own.
It's going to be
that's got to be an hour on its own.
That's got to be a good hour and a half at least on its own. How many are on there? 10 matches now. God damn.
Undertaker versus
Undertaker.
Undertaker Coming back in a casket match versus Rusev. The Undertaker has never won a casket match, right? Am I crazy?
I
Am
believe he
crazy?
has.
I thought I heard
He
somebody
usually
say...
no. He usually does not. Historically, he has not won many of those because it's the perfect way for him to go away for a little while and then come back at, say, a Royal Rumble or a couple weeks before WrestleMania. That doesn't mean that could necessarily happen, but... And they also haven't done a casket match since 2008.
Right. Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
For sure. But I just don't remember I'm not a historian. I'm obviously not a fucking historian. If you're listening to this show, you know I know a lot of shit, but I'm not a historian on this.
Do what I do. Make up what you don't know.
Microphone in your face means it's got to be a fact, right?
Yeah, sure. Tell that to the media.
Well, that's what I mean, because we're part of the media now.
No, we're not.
Because we are. Of course we are.
This is Rebel Radio.
Yeah,
Continue.
Sure. Yuck.
Fuck you.
John Cena versus Triple H. Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. Bludgeon Brothers versus... I can't fucking speak again. It was only a matter of time, folks.
Who they got? Bludgeon Brothers got the Usos?
Usos for the tag team titles again. The Bludgeon Brothers should win that, right?
I think so.
You see, that's the thing. There's a lot of things on here that could legitimately, like some of these titles could legitimately change.
Yeah.
But some of them should be fairly obvious that no, we're not changing this title. Like the Bar versus,
like the Intercontinental Championship. It's a multi-man ladder match now.
Right.
Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, The Miz. I see Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins needs to be holding on to this thing for a little while, right?
Either that or Finn wins. Like the only two people that have, to me, because of the other two guys are on a different show now.
Yeah,
like those guys aren't gonna be keeping it.
I can't imagine. Yeah, Seth or Finn. I can't imagine Joe or Miz taking it, and then they have another championship.
The only titles that I could legitimately see changing hands are the Cruiserweight title, the SmackDown tag titles if the Usos decide to pull it off, and AJ could lose to Shinsuke. Like, that's possible. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Why not Brock Lobster and Roman Reigns?
Because I don't care anymore. Like, Paul got me fired up on Monday. That's fine. I'm great. Paul does a great job at firing me up, but I just don't care anymore.
Paul got to explain how Roman the week before was such a weird angle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying. But I mean,
he had excuses because he wasn't part of the booking. Brock demanded a cage match.
I want Brock to win at this point, given what we've been shown and what has actually happened on the television screen.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar should absolutely murder Roman Reigns on Friday.
He's got his number, clearly.
He should! He suplexed the shit out of him. Not at a house show. Not at Monday Night Raw.
WrestleMania.
Wrestle fucking Mania.
Not once.
He not just beat him, but beat the living shit out of him.
Not once, but twice. I count 31 as a beating.
He cut the freaking whole head of Roman Reigns open to the point where it was disgustingly pouring out blood.
Yeah,
at
buckets.
A major show. Not just a major show, but the show. Like, there was a point where Roman Reigns does a wipe of his forehead, and it's like you were wringing out a damp cloth with as much blood he had, almost like just... Because as soon as he wiped it off, it was right back to buckets of blood on his face.
Hence, buckets of blood.
There is no reason that I shouldn't believe that Brock Lesnar should absolutely be murdering Roman Reigns on Friday. And if Roman Reigns wins, I'm just gonna be like, oh, then what are we doing? Like, I mean, it's been a long time that we're doing this Brock Lesnar Roman feud now, isn't it?
Couple years.
It feels that way.
Couple years.
It feels like this thing has been
going
on and
off
for fucking ever. Can we get to another chapter? I want to see some other people around this thing.
Right?
God damn it! Enough already.
Is this gonna finally be it? I don't know. I tell you what, though,
I just want...
Joe is gonna kick the shit out of
I
Roman.
hope so.
Backlash.
There was nothing that would make me more happy than seeing Samoa Joe
put Roman to sleep again.
Yeah, just putting him to sleep.
Yes.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Perfect. I like seeing. If I can have that on a loop, I would put it on the screen over there, and I would just have it every day. I wake up, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Speaking of Shinsuke Nakamura, what did you think of his new intro?
When they explain, it was jarring at first. Let me just say, no, because I wasn't, like, it just happened, and I'm like, whoa, what is this it? And then now that I've got a chance to see it and go, I like it. And the reasoning is perfect. Because because asshole Shinsuke is bored with the fans.
Doesn't want to hear you singing along with them.
You're not the artist. We are. Get out of here. And it's like, so he put that together. I think it works. He'll needs to have no redeeming values. And I love bad guy Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Bad guy Shinsuke is sometimes better than good guy Shinsuke.
AJ, I kick you right in the balls again. Just boom! Every time, it's great.
Well, that's what I fell in love with as Shinsuke as a wrestler in general, was when that first Wrestle Kingdom that we saw versus Ibushi, he was the bad guy. Ibushi's the baby face wherever he goes. But around that time, that was bad guy Shinsuke. It's like, look at how much better than I am of everybody else. I'm going to come out wearing a crown and a title that I haven't lost in hundreds of days. Like, screw you guys. I'm Shinsuke.
That was legit his title for a while.
Yeah, he's had it by, like, even the people that have had it since. No way. It's not even close. Like, it's still his title.
Still considered Shinsuke's
like, even when Naito had it forever, when he was throwing it around and everything, it wasn't his title. It's still Shinsuke's title. I think that's why he was kind of beating it up, is because this was this shitty fucking title that's been around. Doesn't look that great. Get the fuck out of here.
It was already like 8 years old at that point, and it was getting quite worn.
Yeah. But that's the only... I like it. I mean, bad guy thing. I don't know. Bad guy Shinsuke
Perfect.
Needs different music.
It's perfect.
I don't know what the rumblings on the Twitterverse or the internet are saying, but I like.
Who cares?
Yeah, I
and I could watch.
I'm not on Twitter anymore, man.
I could watch Shinsuke with Rusev Day every day.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna wrestle AJ in the club. The band is back together again. 2018 is when WWE goes, yeah, you know what? This Finn Balor club group has been pretty good. But you know what I miss? 2016 AJ Club. Let's go right back to that. And you can literally swap one guy set for the other.
But let's go a little bit more. I feel like they didn't really go all in the way they could have the last time around. Because I think they were all still having to get themselves over with everybody else in the WWE still. And now that AJ is super over in the WWE, you bring the club back, and I say, give them all the titles, man. Have them run like a legit team. This is pretty much my response that anytime they put people together that seem like it's going to be a good idea, is just give them everything. Do everything with it. Any faction war. Have them fight the New Day. Have them fight these other groups of people. Let's just
every
do
SmackDown live at that point.
Do the undisputed
main event every single one of them.
Do the undisputed thing. What they're doing right now.
Yes.
Adam Cole, baby, has a title. The other two guys, they have titles. They all have titles. It's awesome. They get to be dicks. They get to be cool. They get
what
to
about
be
double
all this
duty?
stuff.
Add more guys in.
Yes.
Add extra guys.
Yes. Do we have other guys that can be in this match? Throw them in.
It's called the club
Yeah.
for a reason.
Everybody in the pool. Let's have some fun. It's Adult Swim time.
It's Adult Swim. It's probably the only thing I didn't do in Denver was visit the hotel pool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why
probably
would you do the thing in the
because
hotel?
I couldn't find the damn elevator half the time.
But I don't like using the hotel pool unless it's like a special like spa resort type place. Like hotel pool's a hotel pool, whatever.
Yeah. You know what else is great? You know what else is great about that?
Everything
I haven't
outside
had a
of the
pool
hotel.
in almost 10 years,
Yeah,
so
fair
any
enough.
pool is great.
Well, you didn't like that one that your mom set up in the backyard a couple of years ago?
You know that was a laugh riot. I could have just went over and kicked it and would have fucking dumped 200 gallons of water in the backyard.
She did the ultimate new school white trash thing. It's
yeah.
not the...
Let's not talk about
It's
her,
not
ever.
above ground pool. It's an above ground pool, which are fine. But she got the inflatable one.
There's a
Oh, no.
$150 one.
You already can't
it's set at
stand
an
it.
angle. I hate it already. There's not even 10 by 10 feet a flat ground in that backyard.
No, she originally put it on normal, regular, the flat part of the
Yeah.
ground out there.
It was in the way of the landlord who likes parking the cars in the backyard like a fucking hick. I said backyard. Backyard.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this topic. Anyway.
It's just when it got moved to the back, it was on like a super incline, and then it's
Stupid.
like, so with an above ground pool, which is only 6 feet across.
There's 10 more inches of water on one side compared to the other.
A lot more.
Yeah.
It was like somebody just like tilted their cup sideways.
Yeah. Anyway.
You hate it.
I hate it.
So much.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Breezango went over the bar.
Yeah, they did.
Let's talk about that.
Sure. They did. I didn't see him this week, though. That's the only problem.
Nah. Raw was literally trying to tie off a couple loose ends that they... Literally everything, once again, is going to be new after Friday. We're going to have some... Hopefully some new goddamn stories after Friday. Like even though Friday is big, that they talked about it all week, this week, all week, last week.
Because it's a 70,000 seater.
It's not very storyline driven, therefore it's
There's
just...
a couple of them that are, but they're not.
Not
really.
very. I mean, not very. Like, they did what they could. Like, how do we make...
You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing the expedition come back successful.
Whether or not
They
it's
should
real.
be, because
And it absolutely
they're-
should, because the bar's on a different show.
Yeah.
Why would they have the Raw Tag Team titles?
Yeah. Yeah. Unless by having the titles means that you have to stay on that show.
Then why the hell were they moved in the shake-up in the first
don't
place?
know.
That's what I'm saying, is, a couple of these feel like they do have a given outcome, more or
Right.
less. And I hope that's one of them, because Expedition of Gold. Like,
Yeah.
I think you said to me yesterday, it's like Bray is taking Brother Nero's spot,
Yeah.
because they really want to put another Jeff Hardy single run right now.
But he is the literal meaning of brother. He's Brother Black, because he's the dark to Matt Hardy's light.
Yes.
So.
Oh, yeah, don't
it
get me
works.
wrong.
I love that angle of everything.
It does work. The team works, and
The
everyone
team that
wants to
nobody
see
thought
it.
that we were going to get.
No,
We
the
thought it was
team
gonna
you
be-
didn't think you want, you absolutely want.
Yeah, no, well, it's not even that. It's more like people thought that we were going to get the feud between the two of them, but not that they were going to be teaming up in the way that they're teaming up. Like, I think this is going
Laker
to be...
reincarnation, clean slate.
The tag division in general is quite good. Like, SmackDown?
SmackDown as a whole is now an awesome show again.
Listen to the tag teams that are on SmackDown. The Club, the Bludgeon Brothers, the Usos, the New Day, the Bar, and newcomers Sanity. The tag team division on paper for SmackDown looks incredible now after the shakeup. Let's go to the tag teams on Raw. Matt and Bray. AOP. The Revival. I guess now Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Which looks awesome.
For now.
Which looks awesome.
It is.
Dude, the Claymore zigzag looks brutal. I love that finisher.
And then it's just every time he comes out, everyone's putting over. Drew McIntyre's a completely different guy now. Whatever you had in the past, forget about that shit.
Yeah, because it's obvious, and he killed it on the mic, too.
Absolutely.
Then you got Slater and Rhino on the bottom end, the Ascension on the bottom end, and the Fashion Police, who got a win over the Bar. I want to see this ridiculous. You want to talk ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Breezango versus Bray and Matt feud. As the Fashion Police versus the Broken Unit. You could go... It's two things that obviously... people, like somebody, like I think it's been said a billion times on some interviews, is that especially when we were hearing Breezango on whatever show we were listening to, where Vince goes, I don't get it, but it works.
Just what Raw needs. Backyard wrestlers and stripper cops.
And have this just absolute Looney Tunes of an angle of Breezango versus Matt and Bray And I think you can make that go for 3 to 6 months. Just make it the most ridiculous parts of both of their stories. And it, like, I would have never pitched that 6 months ago. And now every part of my being wants to see something like that. But the tag team division, man.
Tag team wrestling looks like it's going to be fucking sweet this year.
I hope. There's no reason that, given what I just said and the names I listed off, that you can't have a really, really, really successful and entertaining tag division on both shows. There is absolutely no reason for it. But speaking of people that were killing it on the mic this week, Big fucking Cass. It's good to see you back, brother.
Golf clap,
it's
buddy.
Good to see you back, sir. Because that was great.
Somebody was practicing promos
yeah.
for the last 7 months.
Someone has a chip on his shoulder and is out to prove himself. But a lot. Especially that his old buddy is fired. He's no longer here anymore. He doesn't have to deal with the potential of that. Maybe, supposedly, with, how the rumor mill works. People saying, the heat
it's going to be
all the heat from
there needs to be
bad
some time.
issues.
There's going to need to be a lot of time passing before that
No,
happens.
I mean, like, for Big Cass to have the guilt by association or anything like that. Because
there's no guilt.
But you know what I mean? People have if he was still around, he would have that sort of tied to him all the time.
Oh, no. Well, don't get me wrong. People, you can't help but, at this point, we've been programmed. That should be non-existent. He has nothing to do with that. Anybody who thinks there is heat is fucking stupid.
Right.
I thought you were getting at maybe saying his promo he was talking about me. 7 feet tall, and the crowd couldn't help but respond, and you can't teach that. That's... You could call it, it's a little bit of
it's a great
little
gimmick.
bit of a Enzo stink left over.
It's a great gimmick,
but he's not gonna try to make money from that anymore. It's all new.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like if Enzo in general was still around and people was always said, there's always heat, there's nuclear heat.
That first of all is fake.
I understand,
fake.
But
let me tell all those people out there who believe that. It's fake.
I understand.
You're getting worked.
I understand.
You're getting worked. It all started when Hacksaw Jim Duggan was caught riding with the Iron Sheik. It all started there, guys.
It's a bit of an inside joke. Listen to the most recent Jasta episode.
Check it out.
Guest Digital Network. Use the promo code Jasta. 14 days free. The price is going up in a couple of days.
Couple of days.
Lock
it in now. $6.
May 1st,
right?
it's going up $1.
Yeah, lock it in now at $6.
Lots of funny stuff. Go to Skankfest. We're going to be there too.
Yeah,
anyway, Big Cass looks awesome.
Yeah, he looks awesome, and I can't wait for him to throw Daniel Bryan around a little bit. That should be fun.
Yeah, and that's gonna keep. I'm convinced, and until I see another episode where he proves me wrong, I think the Miz just went face on everybody.
Oh, shut the fuck up! No, he did.
I think he
not.
did.
No,
He's a changed man.
That is a
Joshua!
load of shit. You know it. He just didn't want to fight DB. He came up with all this. Hey, look, we're both daddies.
He's
bullshit.
a changed man. How dare you sully the birth of his daughter?
By saying that, you're proving my point. That's a load of shit. It's gonna be Big Cass is a roadblock for DB. Once DB gets past him, then we're gonna get to the face punching extravaganza between the Miz and DB. I call it right now, SummerSlam. No later than SummerSlam.
He's a changed man.
It's got to happen before SummerSlam.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Can't you see that the changed man right there?
See, you're going along with it, so therefore you prove
He's
my
a
point.
changed man.
Shut up. Get the fuck out of here with it.
Once he saw his brand new baby daughter's eyes, wouldn't you? You just don't have children.
You're going along with.
You can't understand.
You're obviously going along with it, so it's totally not face. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here with that.
Do you think any
Rusev Day is a better chance of becoming face this week than the fucking Miz?
Well, because Rusev Day is a face.
Yeah.
He's
he's teaming with Shinsuke, who likes kicking AJ in the balls.
That's fine. I mean, they're still going to do the bad guy
they're
thing.
They're technically bad guys still.
Yes,
technically bad guys. It's only a matter of time
before
Vince finally goes, "Oh my god, guys, we got a babyface on our hands." No shit, sir.
Any crazy? And do you see anything crazy? Do you have a bold prediction for Greatest Royal Rumble, or do you think anything crazy is going to happen?
I think there's gonna be some crazy appearances. I imagine we already know that Rey Mysterio's booked. We already know Great Khali is booked.
Flip Gordon's definitely not booked.
Flip Gordon is definitely not booked.
Still not booked.
Still not booked.
I'm not on the show. Not booked.
Mark Henry is throwing on putting the tights back on for one more match. It should be a fun show. And
the Kevin and Sammy stuff is going to be good.
The Kevin Sammy stuff is great. Did you like their talk show when they get on the set and it's like, oh look, there's pictures of us kicking Shane's ass.
Oh, give me a second. It's good, man. I love it.
What else?
I don't think I have any bold predictions for that. I feel like Seth Rollins will win. AJ should probably win. That's the only one that we could see Shinsuke win the title this week.
No, he's not winning. But I guarantee you AJ's getting hit in the dick again. Right in the ding-ding.
Why does he keep hitting me in the dick?
He's still getting hit in the ding-ding again. Without a doubt.
What other goofy stuff happened this week? Was there anything else?
Well, we were absolutely loving the SmackDown Live women's contract signing. Now listen, guys, when my video's over, you're gonna stand up and you're gonna clap, and if you don't, we'll watch it again. I didn't think Carmella's champ would be this good, and it is.
Oh, it's Carmella as champion is fan-fucking-tastic.
Mella is money, guys. It's great.
Fucking
play it again.
I can't believe they actually went to play it again, and they started the whole thing over again. And I'm like, oh my god, are they really doing this?
Oh my god, they're totally doing this. I can hear JBL for days just go. Oh my god, Carmella just won the Money in the Bank all by herself.
JBL is perfect.
They didn't have to record that. That was already in the books. They just had to dig it up.
It's already pre-recorded, as if he knew that's what they were going to do with her. Oh fuck! Yeah, the only it's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest. When do you ever get to see wrestling? Just you know, if you're England, because I know we have some folks that listen over there. You guys get to have breakfast and watch wrestling. Great day for you. Way to start off a Friday,
right? With
again, the great. It's gonna look. They wouldn't tell us it's going to be the greatest if it wasn't the greatest. Right?
That would be false advertising.
That would certainly would, sir. And you know, the WWE, they never let us down.
Well.
I think that's and I'm good. That's an hour, folks. Look at that. We're done already. We're done already. If we've missed anything that we should have probably talked about this week, shout at us on Twitter.
Hit us up. Please, no rumors. Rumor has it.
No, we can.
Rumor has it. WWE's looking into women's tag. It's your own Twitter feed. It's your own website. What do you mean it's a rumor? SmackDown Live made a lot of people's career. No shit, we told you that.
That was the one thing
that we saw over the weekend. We're like, what the fuck is it?
Because I'm so I'm not on Twitter like some people are all the time, but if stuff comes to us and get mentioned, I will respond. I respond all the time, but I'm going through because I end up seeing the same shit all the time.
A lot of .com
when
articles.
I refresh, it's all the same story. So by the time I'm 30 minutes in, it's like, what am I doing? But it was a WWE.com tweet written like it was like a Bleacher Report style article of like an opinion piece of the top 5 things that Paige should do now that she's the GM. Or the controversial things that she should do with the GM. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? You guys write the show. All of these ideas are all up to you.
Don't tell me what she should do. Tell me what she is going to do.
Yeah. Like, you guys get to make the decision whether this happens or not. bring back Talking Smack. You guys canceled Talking Smack. We wanted it. We never said it should go. You canceled it. It should have never left. There was a massive outpouring on Twitter for it.
There's a massive storyline on SmackDown based on a Talking Smack episode.
And you canceled it. It's your story.
Don't tell me it was great. I know it was great.
Like, what? It was so popular that when it went to a live stream via Daniel Bryan's phone, it got like 300,000 views off of a cell phone. Of course we wanted it back. It was one of the most popular shows on the network. You canceled it.
That shit was infuriating.
Don't tell us that we should bring it back. We know. We've been begging you to bring it back. The fuck out of here. What was the other one? There was some other goofy shit on there that I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
I didn't read the article because it was ridiculous.
Oh, fuck. It was maddening. I'm watching. I'm like, what are you... Go see if you can find it. All right, I got it. Hang on. It's, create women's tag team titles.
Right off the bat.
You can make those things happen. Like, it's a rumor that everyone
has
been discussing.
We got to go back to record.
It is. We're doing it right now. We're
recording.
We're back.
Oh, we're back. He didn't say that.
I did.
Like number. What was that? Number 3. Number one, right there. Create women's tag team. They haven't had women's tag team titles in decades.
Yeah, that's part
you
of the
can create some new ones if you want. The very first. Look at right there. The very first picture they give you. The Iconics. By design, a tag team. Hello? Absolution. By design, a tag team.
The Riot Squad.
Riot Squad. That's by design, a goddamn tag team.
When you're yelling back up.
I'm just doing what you did 2 minutes ago.
But you were closer to the mic. That's all. Bring back Talking Smack. We know.
Yeah, that's stupid.
A champion. Look, things that they're either listening to me or some. A championship that's defended every week. I've been talking about it for months.
I gotta say, this is copyright infringement. Like they're basically they're just stealing our ideas that we've already been talking about.
But they're just taking shit that people have said on the internet. It's your show.
It's like they ran a Twitter aggregate. Like, what do people want? Oh, that? All right, let's make it a top 5 and just tell it to them again. Like, we know that.
It's your show.
Retarded. It's retarded.
It's your show.
Just do it.
You can do those things. You know how you do
Absolutely.
Those? You know how you do. You know how she does those things. The people that are writing this story. They say to do that on TV.
We do.
That's all you do.
You make time for it.
Son of a bit. It's maddening. At the WHPC on Twitter and Instagram.
And we're spinning. Welcome back to Sea Level. It feels great.
Yeah. If I did this last week, I would have passed out by the time I got through the first month.
I like waking up not dizzy.
At the WHPC and Instagram. Facebook.com/World Heavyweight Podcast. Yeah, I feel like there was a better way to close out, but we'll just end on a downer.
Let's leave it right there. I wouldn't say it's a downer. Let's just leave it right
we'll
there.
just go out with a meh.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.